YouTube just made a huge update to monetization that affects small YouTube channels. So now you actually will have access to what used to be called the YouTube merch shelf and used to require you to have 10,000 subscribers. You'll get that with only 1,000 subscribers if your YouTube channel is monetized. This is a huge and unprecedented update. We've really never seen YouTube lower the requirements for something by this much. YouTube has also partnered with Shopify, and YouTube and its merch shelf has been rebranded to YouTube Shopping. So if you do have a monetized channel, you're gonna see that change in your monetization tab when you go into YouTube Analytics. This has a lot of huge implications, and I'm going to definitely be covering it in some future update videos, but there are a couple of main things that you do want to be sure you're looking out for, because if you have been wondering about how can I sell digital products online, or I want a few more options when it comes to print on demand products, maybe you want to make something like a planner, a physical planner, or maybe you want to do a journal or something like that and sell that to your audience. Well, now you have that ability by combining YouTube with Shopify and having it display below your videos using what used to be called the YouTube merch shelf and is now rebranded to YouTube Shopping. There are some other YouTube Shopping features that are becoming soon to YouTube Shorts, as well as the ability to tag products in your videos, but that is going to be something I will have to cover in another video because they are slowly rolling out access to those features. Some people have an early beta of it. You may have seen that on a couple of videos. I do not have access to that yet, but I do have access to the new YouTube Shopping feature when it comes to connecting a YouTube channel with a Shopify store. And this is huge if you want to sell your own products. Up until now, we've had options like Spring for Creators and Spreadshop, who I use, who also sponsors some of my YouTube videos. And we're going to be doing a dedicated setup tutorial for the YouTube merch shelf. But what I really want to do is talk about the opportunities that this creates for you to directly sell your own products to your audience, and that it's going to be a little bit complicated for some of you in terms of the setup process. I've already set up my existing Shopify store for Create Awesome Things and connected that to my podcast channel. My main YouTube channel still has my Spreadshop connected to it so that you can buy merchandise like the creator hats, shirts, and hoodies. But with the podcast channel, I connected my Shopify store, and now I can actually sell the digital prints of my photography and my artwork to my audience. But if I wanted to, I could also sell digital download products like templates, motion graphics, and sound effects packs. This is huge for any of you creators who have been looking to make a little bit more money, maybe even generate passive income through those products. The big difference here is that Spreadshop costs you $0 to sign up for. Same thing with Spring, formerly Teespring. Those are print-on-demand stores that cost you $0 to sign up. In fact, if you want to sign up for Spreadshop, you can use my link in the description down below. It costs you $0 to do that. But with Shopify, you do have to spend money to make money. Kind of as usual. The difference here is that there are a variety of print-on-demand products, and you can even set up physical products. Maybe you can even manufacture your own products. You can sell them through your Shopify store through e-commerce. And so the variety of options and customizations available to you are like pretty significant here, but it does require a lot more effort and work on your part. Using something like Spreadshop is much easier, but the difference is now that you get to have all of that stuff integrated into YouTube's system and not have to really do a lot to push your audience to it. It's a lot more visible since you can toggle and have the items display below your videos. Also, you do get a tab over on your YouTube page. It's getting pretty crowded over there, but you can tab over to something called Store. You also get a YouTube Store link. So this also makes things easier to promote. You could also use this in promotions for your community tab, and it might be easier to get your audience to buy into. I'm definitely going to be covering some videos to help you make digital products because I think that's one of the strongest plays for this, since unlike when you do print-on-demand products like t-shirts, hoodies, hats, that kind of thing, you don't have the upfront cost of production when it comes to digital products. It's really only an investment of time for the most part to do that. And so a lot of you would stand to make more money. And I think for a lot of people who are artists, animators, video editors, graphic designers, and so on, that this is going to be a very, very lucrative opportunity for them. I'm also going to cover the better parts of setting up a Shopify store and things like that. I'm also going to teach you how to set up a store in Spreadshop, since that's a $0 opportunity. There are things that I plan to make to kind of coincide with this new shift in YouTube. And again, I think it's just really cool that we've seen them go from it, being gate kept with 10,000 subscribers all the way down to 1,000 subscribers. So now there are a lot of small channels that have access to monetization opportunities that they've never had before. And I think that that's actually really cool. And that's progress that we're finally seeing and that we've all been hoping for. Out of all the ways you can sell digital products online, Shopify is not really that expensive when it's all said and done. Also, at the same time, it's one of the most trusted platforms when it comes to e-commerce, and it's ultimately really changed the game. I have plans to actually do a digital template store built completely on Shopify. It's something I've been working on behind the scenes for a little bit over a year now, but it's been extremely slow because I'm being a perfectionist about it. But I do plan to build a creator template store. A lot of you have bought digital products from me in the past, like the YouTube starter kit. And so you know that as a graphic designer, someone who has that background, I like actually building these digital assets and products and download bundles, and that I also think it's a great way for you to be able to expand your creator business. Now, a system I use for that is Kajabi, which does not directly integrate with YouTube. That's one of the downsides. And up until now, if you had a Shopify store and you weren't a huge creator, you didn't have that direct integration with Shopify if you wanted to do something similar. But now, because of this partnership between YouTube and Shopify and the rebrand to YouTube Shopping, you're gonna have that opportunity if you're someone who's interested in either selling physical or digital products and having the opportunity to have full customization over that and to be able to just make a greater variety of things that you can directly sell and monetize. And the best part is that you get to essentially keep all of this money. It's not split like the YouTube Partner Program. I want to make that clear. I know that you're used to the YouTube Partner Program where there's a 55-45 split for the creator, and things like Super Chat where there's a 70-30 split, or even YouTube channel memberships where there's a 70-30 split. But when you have your own e-commerce store like this, that split doesn't exist. If you sell a physical product, then there's the cost of making it that comes out of those profits. But when it comes to digital products, your margins are a lot higher. So whenever you sell something like, let's say you sold a $20 t-shirt, you might make $5 off of that t-shirt. So that's a 25% profit margin. But if you sold a digital download for $20, you're probably keeping something closer to 95% of it. So you're basically keeping about, $19 and some change. That's a pretty significant difference in profit margin here. Something else I do want to remind you of is you may not realize this as a smaller channel if you're new to monetization, but creators with 1,000 subscribers who qualify for YouTube monetization and are in the YouTube Partner Program do have access to chat support when you want to reach out to YouTube. You don't just have email support, you have chat support. This is something that you had to typically be a much larger channel in order to have in the past, but now it's something that's accessible to millions of creators who've never had it before. And that's something that I covered in my update video last year for monetization when they made that change, but some of you still just weren't aware of it. So I wanted to bring it up here because we have a lot of people who are new to the YouTube Partner Program. Like I said before, there are more features that are going to be rolling out with YouTube Shopping and even more monetization methods like YouTube Live Shopping and also product tagging. This is also going to be similar to what you've probably seen with Amazon's live shopping experience. You've probably seen something similar to this in Instagram before as well. I'm going to be covering a lot more around creator monetization as we go on, because a lot of these platforms have just decided to finally embrace the creator economy in the same way that YouTube has all along. And I couldn't be happier about it. I'm here to help you secure the bag. That's kind of one of the recurring themes of this channel is we're helping creators get this money. So if that's something that you are more interested in, let me know about creator monetization features that I haven't covered that you would like me to, whether it's YouTube or whether it's some of the other platforms, or if I need to do update videos for monetization requirements. If you have questions, you can leave them in the comment section. I'll try to answer questions there, but I also am happy to make some videos about this for you. If you have questions or have specific tutorials you want, like stuff on Shopify or stuff about making merch, then happy to talk about that as well. As always, thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, go out there and create something awesome today. Take care.